Hey everyone, thanks for joining our December InfoPulse webinar series. We have our special guest, Michael, here with Konnectryx. He is one of our official partners that we have decided to bring on to Infiflex's strategic partnerships, and we're really excited to have him here. So thank you, Michael, for taking the time out of your day, and we really appreciate it.
Hey, good morning, Jackie. Thank you. I'm excited to be here, and I'm happy that we have this partnership kicked off. So thank you.
Yeah, for sure. So before we get into the, nitty gritty of our questions, why don't you give a little bit of a background about yourself and Konnectryx?
Absolutely. Thanks. My background's been in technology for a very long time, over 20 years. I'm responsible for the Konnectryx company for the last 4 years now, and we have been actually in business for over 30 under a different name. So, my role has been on the architecture, design, and sales side of our products. We've built and deployed several apps to the App Exchange, built point of sale systems from the ground up, and have also built healthcare applications for state of California and some other folks. So been in this tech world for a long time, and happy to share what I can to help others.
Yeah, for sure. Especially, in this day and age, like it's so much easier to get your hands on technology and start actually customizing it for your own self or, creating your own technology. So being in the business for 30 years, what was it that made you entertain a partnership?
What I've learned over the years is that the partnerships can extend our reach a lot quicker, and actually can help our customers where we have deficiencies or gaps in our own bench or consulting bench. So I thought, after I looked and we met and started working together, there was some good synergy there to make a partnership, because I thought it filled those gaps initially, just not only from resources, but also in terms of market space and some other pieces.
Yeah, definitely. The market space, especially for, low code, no code, or custom application development, it is really saturated. There's a million companies out there. When did you start to notice that you had a gap, or was it something that you've been considering for a while?
When we transitioned and built Konnectryx, we went to market with Salesforce Consulting and our own platform, our iPaaS platform that allows us to connect CRM, ERP, POS, and logistics and some other pieces of software. But what I liked about the partnership with Infiflex was the Azure complemented our bench, but in a different way, and then the AWS extended our reach and complemented our offering, or it built out our offering. So now the customers could find a solution in Konnectryx and inside our partner network, which was something that was pretty important to me. And so that was apparent to me, 3-4 years ago when we started, but now at this point, it seems like the market is asking us to answer that with a partner that can deliver alongside of us.
Yeah, definitely. Because especially whenever you're looking at different partnerships, you want someone you can trust, and obviously the synergies there, but also to like being able to respect each other's boundaries where you're not overstepping each other. So how does this partnership align with Konnectryx's long-term business goals?
Well, I think one of the pieces that was nice is that the part that Konnectryx brings to the table is that we've brought this mindset of taking enterprise technology and knowledge and bringing it to small business owners. And we believe that small business owners need the same type of software offering that enterprise does. They may just not know it yet, but eventually they will need it. So I think that there's a couple pieces here. Is that one, we can leverage the platform from Infiflex to provide a fast, quick solution that these small businesses need. And that's paramount because they move really fast and their budgets are not huge. So we can address that as well at the same time. And then as they graduate and move on in their technology journey, they can actually step into some of the bigger pieces of software that we have, and use that same platform to carry them through. So they can move into different Microsoft solutions, Salesforce, Oracle solutions, and not have to re-platform, rebuild, and spend a whole bunch of money. And so I think this is where short term there's a win, but long term there's an advantage for the customers that are understanding what our collective companies are bringing to them.
Yeah, and I don't know how you feel about this, but I know whenever I'm talking to, small businesses or even businesses that are ready to scale is, they think of technology as just another cost rather than an investment. So would you say that that's been a pain point for, small businesses or mid-market size whenever you're talking to them, justifying that ROI?
Absolutely. That one, the pushback or the feedback or whatever you want to say from the small business is that it's a cost and they don't have time or the money to do that. Even when we do take the time and energy to show them, hey, here's the ROI from not doing anything. So we like to say it's do nothing is our competition. And so that's one of it, or budget is our competition. And so depending on the small business mindset, they may not see forest through the trees, if I believe that's the saying, and say, we don't have the time to do this. But for the ones that do make the time to make the change, and instead of running 25 applications, they run 4 or 3, and that is a painful transition to get to that spot. But once they do, they don't understand. They're like, wow, I have all this time back in my life. How did I not have these things automated? How did I not do it this way before? And it's simply because they didn't know. I'm like, you didn't know that this was available to you. And so, yeah, we hear that all the time, Jackie. Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's, another thing too is like it's not necessarily getting the system into place. It's like the fear of the unknown and having to learn something brand new, which is, all technology. So it goes hand in hand with like the customer service aspect and, being straightforward with your client about onboarding and what the process is actually going to be like. So can you share any specific benefits that Konnectryx expects to gain from our collaboration?
I think there's several with the integration. I think from the customer side, our collective customer, they're going to have speed to market and they're going to have experts that have been there and done that in those disciplines of those different software packages. So we're not there to sell them one particular piece of software. We're there to create and architect a solution for them that is cohesive and brings automation to the forefront of the conversation and then business intelligence. So they benefit tremendously from the bench and the consultants and the crew that we have together. I think that's paramount. And we look out in their best interest. There's a reason that we're #1 in California for digital transformation is because we put their needs first. And then if they want to go down the journey we've painted for them, great. If they don't, that's okay too. From our side as consultants working together, I can say that both of our companies have that same mentality, which was why I think it worked so well for our partnership, that we both think of the customer first and foremost, and then think of the technology in our own sales process behind the scenes second. And I also think that is a unique approach that separates us as well.
Yeah, and I'm sure you can attest to this too, whenever you're maybe some of like that change fear might not necessarily be about the change itself, but what I find is, whenever I'm talking to someone we're giving a free consultation to, a lot of times they are consulted by a legacy company software out there, and maybe they don't have the full capabilities. So now they have to bring in another software and then another one, and then they get
That's
into that
exactly right.
software hop game, and then it gets really expensive. So,
Yep,
being
absolutely.
straightforward and honest, and also with, low code, no code, like our Jiffy application, it is customizable and can integrate, multiple different aspects to really fit a business's needs rather than them having to bring in all of those extra components.
Agreed. And I believe not only on the solution from your platform, depending on where they are in their tech journey, they're going to need the solutions that we already have and we've integrated. So it may not be today, it may be in 6 months or a year from now. And if they call us back and say, hey, what you told us 6 months ago, can you talk about that a little bit more? When I say we, I'm thinking of both of our organizations. We're both happy to do that, because we're just building more and more into that platform and solution as we go anyhow. So they just benefit from it as we continue going down that road. So it doesn't matter if they do it today or down the road. We are building out this platform together, which is, I think, pretty unique, pretty cool, and they benefit from it tremendously.
Yeah, for sure. And I know we've talked about this privately. Can you talk a little bit more about the unique strengths that Konnectryx would bring to the partnership with Infiflex? Specifically, more so, I would say on the POS side.
Yeah, for sure. So our background has been building custom apps for 25, 30 years. And, of the likes of the, Department of Tourism to counties for the state of California to healthcare applications. So we've built custom apps for a very long time. And from there, we saw the transition of what is happening in the world. And then we spun out Konnectryx to go, full on cloud. During that process, we also realized that the point of sale component of a business, be it brick and mortar that is now going online, or an e-commerce that's looking to go brick and mortar, we've been there and done that multiple times. We have done it from archaic systems that need to be migrated over from old school, I want to say DOS, DOS systems to, even
Out
quote,
there.
yeah, even pseudo cloud solutions. So in particular in the retail space, if anybody comes to us, we can definitely help them all the way through. We've integrated merchant gateways. We can help them on that process. We can help them from what hardware solutions they have. The one area of retail we stay away from is grocery, however, but outside of that, we pretty much can address that from a uniqueness standpoint too. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, grocery stores, those are a whole beast by themselves. In college, I actually used to be their key ad coordinator. So I used to put in their
Oh, wow.
in their ads every week.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
That was, a trip in itself. So definitely
totally.
understand why you don't do that.
No, that is so much work. We do have a team that does nothing but data entry, data cleansing, and helps people make those migrations because they all think that they can do it, and then they get a month into it and go, this is really bad. And I say, yeah, I know it's a nightmare. We've been there and done that. So yes, we have a team that just does that only.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely. But talking talking more so about maybe the smaller people who are like, or not people, smaller businesses that are starting out. A lot of them use like Linktree or like Instagram or um the smaller like GoDaddies just to get up and going. Can you maybe talk a little bit more about the benefits of, actually implementing a system or an e-commerce webpage?
Absolutely. I think if they do that, many of them do, and then they hit a wall, and then they need to pivot, and then they basically need to figure out which platform are they going to adopt and move forward. And I think that's where Jiffy comes in as a huge plus, because that can, as they grow, the platform can grow right along with them and very rapidly. And I think that's number one piece that they, as a consumer, non-techie, would have to get their head around. Secondly, there is pieces from these big boy software companies, and I say big boy because at one point Salesforce was still just a little, five guys in a basement. The product itself could start from day one when they start. And I personally think that many people do themselves a disservice by not considering some of the large software and just getting the licensing correct. So they're paying the right licensing to use what they actually need today. And then as they grow, they can grow into the correct licensing, or bigger licensing, I should say. That with the platform and our platform together, we have a solution for folks that they don't need to jump around. They can basically stay consistently all the way through. And then as they say, oh, we need a lot more shipping, products for shipping and logistics. Talk to us. What do you have there? Well, we flip on that module and you're off and running. Or, hey, can you help us with billing? Yep, we got that module. Hey, we need help with the CMS side of it on the website stuff. Yep, we got you there. So those are the benefits that our platforms collectively are bringing to these customers.
Yeah, and also too, whenever you're starting out and you're just trying to get something thrown up for awareness or just to get going, that can actually end up costing you more in the long run.
Totally. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. They all, and many, I shouldn't say they all, but many customers that they say, oh yeah, that's not important right now. We're just gonna throw up a site. And I'm like, no, that is crucial right now. Like, you need to think about, what are you gonna do with that site? Is that site gonna have forms on it and take information in? Is that site gonna take donations? Is that site gonna take money? And then when you get that information, where is it gonna go? Like, what are you gonna do with it? Is it gonna go to an email? Is it gonna go into a drip marketing campaign? Are you gonna analyze your orders in QuickBooks or Microsoft Money? Like, what are you going to do with it? And so, yes, you're absolutely right, Jackie. Like, they have to figure out that whole roadmap before they jump in, and otherwise they're going to be rebuilding and reintegrating and spending more money to pivot to a different piece of software. And I think that's where both of our groups have our strengths to help share that with them.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that also goes to it is really beneficial even to just go through a free consultation to see what your options are out there. A lot of times, whenever I'm talking to a business or a client, there's so much information out there on, what's included in the package, what it does. And if you're not
Totally.
technically savvy, you have no idea what it means. And then you're purchasing something because you're trying to do it on your own that you may not even need or might not even work the way you want it to.
I've seen it over and over. I've seen it many, many times. I mean, it's interesting. Our background just under the world of Konnectryx, I could say almost every one of the clients that we have today have grown with us, grown their own revenue exponentially. I can think of 3 of them off the top of my head that have grown massively since we've consolidated all their different consultants that they had in there. They eliminated those consultants and brought it down to 1 or 2 or us only. And then they've actually, had operating cost expense savings and revenue gains almost, within 6 to 9 months. They've seen those needles move substantially. So it's worth going through a consultation, I would say, for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Even if it's just to get the information or an idea, I think that's important for companies to do. But going off of that, especially, the consultations, the initial, discovery per se, are there any joint initiatives or projects in the works as a result of our partnership?
I think, our team got attracted to the Jiffy solution, and we are the ShipStation implementation partner for Salesforce. So if you're on Salesforce already and you're looking for a really cool shipping and logistics solution, then basically Konnectryx is the one that pulls it together and puts it into the system and deploys it. We have, in our conversations with your team now, agreed that we're going to move forward with some type of solution that would be the same, most likely the ShipStation solution for shipping and logistics, which really is today #1 e-commerce shipping platform in the United States, as far as I'm aware. At least it was in 2022, 2023. And that product allows the consumer, our customers, a consolidated solution of UPS, FedEx, DHL, all in one screen, in a ton of automation, and then integrations to the CRM. So that joint initiative is very exciting for us, that we've at least agreed to move forward on. And now to make the plunge, I think is the next step this first quarter. So that's got me really excited about our partnership.
Yeah, definitely. I know that one is a big one, especially for, the e-commerce side of things, especially giving all of the options and being able to compare prices right there in front of you rather than having to research it yourself. Will definitely, automate things, help save you more time. What aside from ShipStation, what other services offered by both companies enhance the partnership or the offerings to our clients?
The strength that we've already seen happening between our two companies is on the AWS and the Microsoft side. Our team is Microsoft certified and Salesforce certified and all kinds of good stuff like that. But on the Infiflex side, the consulting bench is much larger for pieces of that, such as Microsoft and AWS. And so that right there helps us expand and grow our partnership immediately. And as many of those transactions that we can get working together with your team, from a partner perspective, that's huge for us because it keeps our resources free to work on where our expertise are, and then you guys can work on where your expertise are, and we both win and the customer wins, and it's a pretty great success story. So I think that's key for our expansion and growth from this partnership.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that goes hand in hand with, continuing giving our clients a peace of mind, and also too, they're actually getting what they want and need.
Absolutely.
And just kind of going based off of that, what assurances can Konnectryx provide to clients regarding, the quality of service and our collaboration, just to go back off of that peace of mind?
For one thing, we have a long history with the state of California and the medical areas, such as emergency medical, that we've lasted for a very long time. So what we do is working. Even under the name of Konnectryx, for the last 4 years, for the last 4 consecutive years, we've been #1 in digital transformation. That's a fancy buzzword for getting people from non-cloud into the cloud, or getting people in the cloud organized and going forward faster, better, cheaper. And we've won many awards. We've won awards with RingCentral. We won awards with Clutch and G2 Crowd, I think. So our reviews are purely from customers submitting those and us just asking, hey, can you submit a review if you liked what you saw? So that in conjunction with your team and the success that you've had and the project success stories that you've had are testament to what I think we bring to the table collectively. And I would not have wanted to, and I know you folks wouldn't have either, wanted to work with someone that was subpar to what you're already delivering on. And I think you guys saw that, and we saw that both. So it was, lack of a better term, is a no-brainer for both of us.
Yeah, definitely. And then I think that with our partnership too, it just gives, an additional option for anyone out there who's looking whether to scale or start out, or even, some larger corporations. And I won't name the company, but we have collectively been, discussing something with a potential partner, and they needed with cleaning up their data. And they talked to, multiple different teams and developers, and no one has been able to figure it out. But having the team that we have, we're actually able to help them out and figure it out, even if it's just reducing their cost and their data, because they have no idea where it's coming from.
Right. And that's where they need a consultant to kind of come in and put a independent eye a neutral voice into the scenario, and you don't have a horse in the race, I guess. So you can say, hey, look, this isn't working. I'm just letting you know
Right.
this is a better way to do that. So it's up to you. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, so I guess I
Yeah.
think so. Just on to retouch on assurances, that one of the important things that you're kind of getting to here is that we we put a timeline to the implementations that we do. We put a cost to those. We hold ourselves accountable to us. We hold the customer accountable to, I should say, the customer can hold us accountable versus using the software that we have that's transparent for them to see where the projects are and how we're coming along and are we on track and on budget and all those kind of things, so it doesn't go sideways and off the rails. And so that sort of addresses the um, concerns that they may have, or the things that we bring to the table to help them move comfortably into a project.
Yeah, that's for sure. Communication, making sure, everyone is on track, having weekly updates, everyone, partnership wise is involved, is really important, and you can never, over communicate too much.
Yeah.
And what would you say, I'm not going to keep you too much longer, but just to leave everyone with one thing that you're looking forward to this year?
I'm thinking this year, it just already feels like this year is going to be a good year. I don't know why, but the 2024 feels like we've had a watershed from 2023 and things are going to be good. So I'm looking forward to the utilizing the Jiffy platform wherever we can, and to then reutilize that code, that low code software, as many times as we possibly can across our entire customer base. I'm excited about your team leveraging what we bring to the table in terms of expertise on CRM and POS and those good things, and making these people super excited. We've had really great projects last year, and I think that if we could show more of our projects coupled with yours this year in the first quarter, that would be a win already for me from just a business perspective.
Yeah, I think it will definitely be I want to say a snowball year for everyone.
Yeah.
I feel like
Sure.
a lot of people feel like 2023, was a year of like getting all the weeds out of their garden.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah. And then 2024, it's like, I've done all this work, I've put in all the effort, let's get it going. Yeah.
Yep. That's what it feels like. I really feel like there's some pent up inertia that's ready to go explode. I really do. From the people I'm talking to already, as I said, we're Salesforce partner. Salesforce is ending their fiscal year right now, and there's a lot of customers that are, just upgrading their licenses, looking for more modules to turn on, and looking for automation and AI. I mean, that is the buzz. There's no way around it for this year. And if you need automation AI, you got to go down one more level and say, is my data clean? Is my systems talking to each other? And if they are, then we're in good shape.
Yeah,
So
that's true. AI has really getting a lot of businesses to rethink what they're doing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But I agree. I think that, the digital transformation, it's been, a lot of people have been on the fence about it, but in 2024, I think everyone's just gonna go down the ski slope.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in the United States right now with all the winter storms hitting us. I don't think
Yeah.
there's a shortage of snow anymore. So I think we're in good shape. Yeah, maybe that was held back too. All of a sudden, boom, now we're all covered in 20 feet of snow. So
Yeah.
you're right. I think you're on to something.
Yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to see, how we can grow our partnership and, see what we can do together.
Likewise. Yeah, I'm so glad that we got this, put together. I think what was really important for the folks that are on the phone that are considering partnering with you folks and us The partner program was smooth and easy and fast to get onboarded, to get up to speed. The process between us sharing leads and opportunities is seamless, and the contract is pretty straightforward. So I wouldn't hesitate at all to reach out to say, hey, I want to be a partner and I want to, utilize the Jiffy platform.
I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
I try to make it, as straightforward and, seamless as possible. No one likes, any hidden surprises or anything.
No,
So
no,
I think, being straightforward from the beginning is the only way to go.
absolutely. Yep.
Well, I appreciate it, Michael. Thanks so much for joining me again today. And we will see you next time.
You bet. I am glad to participate. I'm happy for the partnership, and I'm looking forward to a great 2024 together. Jackie, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Michael.
Excellent.